So keep the swarmers going, because they build incredibly fast. It's just going to take a couple turns to get them in position is the only downside with them. Which again, with the mass boost and all the other researches I've been taking, I probably could easily offset that if I so wish. Let me check. Where are my swarmers? My Mark II swarm particularly. So if I use this, how much mass will I have left? Can I get... No, not quite. So I got enough and all that kind of increases or reduces the mass. And, oh yeah, I also been giving everyone the helium ore, which is actually what probably would maybe all I would get would be... I would get almost... No, I don't know if I would get 2 mass or not to justify getting the thrusters at least, but I'm certainly not going to get the hyperdrive just yet. So no, that's not possible yet, so that's really something I need to consider though, for the future upgrades. So, once this tourism finishes, which is still taking an eternity to do, even with the research boost I just took. You think 25% research boost would have been nice, but does it show here? Well, yeah, that's probably the 25% boost right there, that little jump spike there. And my research is now well ahead of the Dragons, because it looks like they abandoned it altogether. And you can tell with the Thalans right now, they're completely committed to their manufacturing. Yeah, you can see these graphs here. There's the manufacturing graphs right there. Mine's is a nice consistent bar. And for some reason, geez, the Thalans had so much power right at the very beginning. Damn. They've just been superior in almost every way. Only exception is the influence, which I can't remember who's the blue faction here. Oh, that's the humans. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was the Altarians, which I haven't even met yet in this case. So, what was I having? Oh yeah, I was going to have... I almost forgot what I was going to do. I was going to have to prepare a center belt. It's going to boost up the resistance there. It's going to boost up approval some, because as my population keeps growing, and it's going to keep growing as I get access to more food stuff. So, and it even helps with my ideology some, because I need, what, 45, and I think that'll be my 4th pragmatic center. So I'll be getting almost half a pragmatic point a turn, which is actually kind of nice. It's more long term, mind you, but it'll help make up the fact that I just spent a lot of pragmatic points for like a get out of jail free card, essentially, or at least for 50 turns. So we'll see how that works. Anyways, Fireflies here, checking for, there should be another shipyard up here somewhere. There it is. So there probably is a cutter roaming around that I need to be mindful of. Be very careful. Otherwise, my constructors are almost there to upgrade even further, and I'm probably going to need another starbase down here. Because this, even though that's in a proper spot, it's not going to do me a lot of good. And also, I think I'm pretty close. I don't think I researched it yet to get even further boost from those artifacts, so don't need to worry about upgrading them just yet. But there's options for them as well. And right now, not seeing anything. Ooh, there's antimatter. It's way out there in the middle of nowhere, but I could use that for something at least. If I can start expanding to the point where I can grab it. But it's going to require maybe... Well, I can get one starbase up there. It's just going to be out in the middle of nowhere with no way to reliably support it. So, yeah. Man, I feel so violated right now. Just look at all these sailing ships just coming into my space. It is not very pleasant, I gotta say. Soon enough, though, I'll be able to retaliate and teach them a lesson in manners. Hopefully. I really hope so. But swarmers are getting mobilized relatively well here. We are almost in position there. And Fireflies again are just forming up. Trying to max out one fleet there to kind of get like one really powerful fleet to kind of combat anyone that they encounter. Although there is the risk that I put too many eggs in one basket essentially, because these moths can basically cover one side or one flank or portion of my territory, but they can't cover everything else, so I need to be very wary of that. A lot of things to consider and not really much time to put it all in effect. I am really worried. I feel violated. I feel like I'm gonna get horribly murdered because of all these medium ships. But the reward, if I can somehow fight them back or even somehow win the war by taking some of the worlds, is I can be put on equal footing to all the other races for the rest of the campaign. So this probably does need to happen for the sake of my race being as successful as they're going to be. It is just not a very pleasant way to live in the world. Feel like you're an underdog. But I guess in some way it is appropriate, considering this is a brand new custom race, the Kry'klons, and they are trying to find their place in the universe. And the universe turns out is not very friendly, if the Thalans are any indication. It's time for them to be put to the test, I guess. Ooh, and Starbase is being upgraded. Speaking of which, can I upgrade this? No, I can't. I can't move it just yet. So again, Culture Ring, I want to keep that going. I don't know how effective it really is, if it's even worth it. But I want to try and win on the territory front, if nothing else. I want to make that a focus if I can at all. And it doesn't look like I'm not seeing any influence indicator. Okay, there is, and that's not a good sign. But then again, I just upgrade this influence. Upgrade that with a cultural centers, so that should be able to push back a little bit. Here's hoping. We'll see, because they are winning a little bit, it seems like, because the amount of influence on the territory. Actually, let me just check again. Oh, and I don't want to check that. I want to check what the influence looks like between our two races. I'm willing to bet yeah, that was the influence, so I am well below them, unfortunately. And oh, it doesn't even want to show me. God damn it, I'm hovering over the green bar and it doesn't want to tell me anything. So that's a shame. So that's not working out the way I would have liked. Gotta try and get some more influence in there, but damn. They're beating me on every front. Oh boy. They are threatening me, but I do not want to be bullied. And I am negotiator, so I still got time, I'm hoping. Okay, hopefully I don't regret it. But I am not gonna be bullied around. I just gotta get ready really quick, because all these ships are gonna be everywhere. They're gonna be pretty much everywhere in my system, and I won't have. It's gonna be a pain in the fucking ass to try and find them all and flush them out, even if I can't beat them. I just need to make sure that starbase is upgraded. That is really important, because all that is a mine ring, so I need to give that weapon defenses and give it point defenses as well. Maybe that'll be a good idea. Although they're just simply not going to gauge as the what's going to happen there. And I can increase cultural influence some, but let's see. Starbase defense system's kind of a must, isn't it? Because that gives me 15 points there, where that just gives me 12, so the starbase is starting to mobilize for defense, though. Maybe it's a if the bots think they can get away with it, they'll try and attack, possibly. We'll have to see. Because I think those star bases, at least upgraded as they are, can easily handle 2 of these oaths, can they? It'll negate 10 points of damage there. It has the same health. And they have 16 mass. Yeah, because that's... So they're gonna well, let's see. That's 2 of them, actually. So they each can negate 8, so... I can do 26 points of damage to their 23. So it actually would be a really close match. Ugh. I don't like that odd. It's gonna be really damn close, and that's just for 2 of them. If they really want to, they could put an extra one in there. So yeah. This is not good, but at least we're making ground. And I do want to get... Oh, I actually do have that culture. No, I don't actually have the... Oh, wait. Yeah, I do have it. Never mind. I'm just not... Alright, there it is. It just wasn't showing the line there before. Probably because it was zoomed out or something. I was worried at first. Alright, this is Tracy 1. What was I going to do with this? Oh, I was waiting for tourism there. I just built the farm and the hospital, I think is what happened there. Because the factory was the first thing I actually built. So population is good. That's going to equal out with the approval. Just fine. So, what do I do with next? Probably... I kind of want to get more influence going. That's kind of what I want to do, but... Do I just put another factory here to connect with this one? Because again, just like with what I had planned with the production here, I don't know how the tourism or that is going to synergize with my other buildings. So, because it's not going to synergize with the hospital, the farm here, though. Although that'll be done soon. So let me just focus on this factory here. Because that's what, 2 more turns, so I'll find out soon enough. So this is Suckleon 3, my first shipyard. What do I want to do? Well, obviously I think it's more mobs, really. Just keep those mobs going there as much as possible. Because this was building swarms for me. So it's going to take 5 turns though, so it's going to be a little bit, but I want to get more mobs going. Because I have a lot of income to utilize now. So, let me do that. And I also could probably rush 1 or 2. Well, I can only rush 1. And I don't know if that's actually worth it. So, there's that. But, at least, we have the swarm fleet almost completely maxed out now. Actually, I think it will be maxed out by... Well, it's probably going to be maxed out. It may not. It's hard to say because there is 1 logistics slot left, and I feel confident if it wasn't for those deflectors anyway. Actually, I'm pretty confident I can take on those oaths easily anyway. They're just not going to be able to keep up with them, so I need to place them properly. So with that said, let me start filling out these second swarmer slot. At least have enough of them that they can straight up fight a single oath. And speaking of which, how many do I want? It looks like 4 can take them on. Yeah, if I put 1 more in there, it's going to have about the same health. It's going to do the same damage. I'm going to lose like 3 of them though. So in that case, how much do I want to go over to kind of help minimize my losses? Do I want 6 or 7 per swarm fleet? Because I kind of want to max this one out. Well, with the deflectors, that would be really good, like I said before, taking on the laser ships. Because 3 of those swarmers have deflectors on them. So that would help a great deal. And I see your pirate ships, and I'll show you my fireflies. It was nice knowing you. And I took no damage at all. Perfect. Those fireflies are doing exactly what I made them for. And they could still have use later on down the road. Ooh! Another colony that I can run to. If nothing else, that is the one thing I'm gonna rush. I am definitely gonna rush a pollinator colony ship for that. To get it down there quickly as I can. Start taking advantage of that. Not to mention the fact it's just cheaper than building the moss anyway. Or buying them. Oh, and let's see, this is Kephium 2. What did I have finished here? I can't. Oh, I had to terraform because it's capped on food, damn it. I'm starting to have so many worlds I can't remember what I had built. So that's going to boost population nicely there. Especially with these synergy boosts, and I have enough approval to really not be punished at all for that. And then that'll just boost all my production, everything else in the process. So I am in good shape. Still worried as hell though, but in good shape nonetheless. Alright, ooh, I need to check Kephium 3 I think, just to make sure. I'm pretty sure that has everything all built and in slots, but I just want to be certain. Yeah, there is a free terraforming slot. Oh, and it's built in Steam now, never mind, so. And what's this portal call? Because that's for my tourism. So it boosts tourism. It says zero maintenance, so. Okay, boosts tourism, wealth, and influence. Okay, so it actually does boost influence. So that'll actually be useful. Entertainment center is being made to kind of boost my morale even further. Perfect. So, I have this free slot here I need for something. I'm almost half tempted to make another steam over here. And when that finishes, demolish that all together and connect it with something. Don't know with what exactly though, but probably more food almost, because well, it depends on how the approval looks at the time. But this steam's going to take a couple turns, so I'm in no rush. But I do want to get rid of this cultural festival just so, to be safe. And I'm just going to max out that colony ship, just so it can get the max value here. Because I think most of these worlds, except my capital, are capped out, are they? Yeah, that's no longer capped out. It looks like that was capped. And Kry'klon 3... yeah, that was also capped out, so I made a good choice there. And my homeworld is still got plenty of population left in them. And a lot more approval. And there's cultural festival going on, so I need to get rid of that. Where's the let's see. I'm not seeing the option here for the stadium, which I'm assuming. Oh, that's why. That's an entertainment center. That's the one time to build thing. Alright. It says it. Okay, there's synergy bonus, so I will need to get like some kind of terraforming in there so I can boost that even further. Because that entertainment center may not have been the best, but once I get more terraforming slots in there to get like an entertainment center steam connected right next to it, that's gonna dramatically boost my approval back up for my capital at least. But I'm not seeing anything else here I can do actually, besides for keeping the population going. Although I have about 8 more, so approval is going to drop quite a bit. So I think I'll take my time with that and just continue with the cultural boost, influence boost for there. Now, the one thing I don't want is to make sure that the Thalans don't go try and steal this world from me. Mind you, it's only a class 7, but it's still a world I want to keep. And also, let's get that research underway too. If I can find these pirate ships first, I want to get everything else out of the way first. Place this exploration here. I have a firefly, so it's perfectly safe. It's going to take a little bit of damage, but I'm not worried. And we have some more duratanium that I can utilize there. So finally, That is all done. We have access to the protocol I can utilize once the influence center is done, so it's nice that synergizes with that. I just can't remember. No, I was building a factory for Miranda, not Miranda, but Tracy 1, so I think I'm done with that for now, because I got the entertainment center. What? I think it's time to really get my missile defense going. So what do I want here? I think I want to just reduce the mass, maybe, so I'm not punished as much. The only thing I can think of. And I can trade that as well. Hopefully. Can I trade at all? I don't think I could trade with these guys just yet. Nope. Let me see if I could trade with the Iconians. Oh yeah, I trade the ore. So, let's see. Helios ore. Let's see, is it possible to trade the interstellar tourism with them? Probably not, since it's apparently only 7 turns. Yeah. Can I throw... Almost good enough, huh? Can I throw a bunch of trade into it? Is that a good idea? I feel maybe not. I wonder if I can give him Duratanium. Would that help? Is that worth enough? He says it's almost enough, so I don't know. Well, let's see. So what am I giving him? Influence growth? I'm giving him all my influence tech, basically, as well as the access to tourism. So we will see. This may be a good idea. I'll do it. I need my medium ships. And at least start getting some raw muscle, at least. If nothing else, and I'm on good terms with them. So down the road that might not be a bad thing. We'll know soon enough.